You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes from a water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello, welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge.
Whoa.
My name is...
My heart stopped. I didn't know if you were going to get there.
My name is Ken, and we have a full house today. Matt, Jeff, and Neal. What's up, guys?
I'm not dead.
Your heart stopped
he's
for a moment,
back.
but
Yeah.
he's back.
Yep, you're like Max Matson, local Illinois car
That is
dealership.
Very, very
The
niche
deepest
now.
of deep cuts.
I'd say I'm more Eagle Man, to be honest. Dropping my low rates.
Yeah, now everybody, even the younger folks in Chicago, know about Eagle Man thanks to the Blackhawks convention.
Oh, yeah.
He was at the Blackhawks convention?
No, they dropped a parody ad for the Blackhawks convention this year
With that-
of the Eagle Man.
We want to do a quick, very special thank you to all of the listeners who voted for us during the podcast awards. Looks like we were shortlisted in the top 10 in games and hobbies, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. And apparently 300 people picked from registered podcasters are going to vote to see if our show is the cream of the crop, and we hope they do. But
Yeah, that'd be fun.
yeah, if you don't, we're just happy to be nominated.
What kind of awards is it? Do we get like a trophy? Or
Cash.
Cash, really?
$10,000 cash.
No way.
Yeah.
We're going to end the podcast then. go out on a high note.
This one's called Matt's Cashing Out.
Yeah.
I don't know what the award is, but I hope it's just respect, because that's all we want.
Yeah.
Golden microphone.
Yeah.
Well, we're very honored.
Or melt it down.
We're very honored to be on that list. We're also very honored to have our Skype guest with us today, Rick Carreiro. He's a Triviality Superstar from, as he says it, Toronto, because you don't pronounce the second T. Is that right?
That's correct. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 38 years old, from Toronto, Canada. Married to my beautiful wife, Debbie, for 4 years. Somehow, when I was young, I was a troublemaker, but still somehow was on the trivia team in school.
Oh.
I don't know how that doesn't make sense at all.
You're the bad boy of trivia. I guess that's a thing.
Oh, no, here he comes. It's Rick.
He is wearing a leather jacket right now as he's Skyping in.
You can't tell, but it's a full duster.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, you got to go full duster.
He'd be like smoking a cigarette. The Yangtze River. But yeah, we're very grateful to have you on the show, and you're hosting. There's a little twist in today's game, but before we get into that, let's toss it to the rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
Now, I don't want to make the rules guy a liar, but those rules are not 100%
entirely
accurate today.
Right. So first of all, we're going to be playing 1-on-1-on-1-on-1. So each player will be his own team.
Fatal 4-way.
Could we not?
Is that trademark too? We're bad at that.
No, one of us will be dying at the end of this episode.
But Rick, you want to tell us about the other stipulations?
Yeah, so basically it would be the usual 20 questions, but this time would be split into 4 rounds where each question would be worth 10 points. and each round would be based on each one of your specialties. Matt being sports, Neal being movies, Jeff being geography, science, and Ken,
who knows what, yeah.
And the rest.
And the rest. But we will be maintaining the swing round and the final round, though the final round will only have 4 questions today.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, this is exciting.
That's pretty clear. We're going to go Neal first, then Jeff, then Ken, and then Matt with the swing round separating.
Just to figure out who the ultimate triviality is.
All right, Rick. So take it away. We're starting with Neal's category, movies, which is kind of my category too. Hopefully.
All right.
You can't own a category, man.
All right. Question 1. In the movie Terminator, what is the name of the company that created Skynet?
I'm locked in over here.
Same here.
I am also locked in, but this might be from a different movie, but it's something I know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I saw Terminator once a long time ago.
I'm looking for John Connor.
Are you?
What are your memories of this franchise?
They are vague.
What color shirt am I wearing?
Yeah, it's a good question, Neal.
Do you like cheese on your hamburger? I'm just going to keep doing it until you answer.
No, I'm good. I'm locked in with what's definitely wrong. I just said T1000 Industries.
Ooh.
I said Cyberdyne.
I too said Cyberdyne.
And I 3 said Cyberdyne.
I 3.
And you 3 are correct.
All right. And the game is over. Jeff is the loser.
Yes.
One of our favorite...
So he has to do that thing.
One of our favorite jokes amongst some of our friends is the character of Dyson in T2. Right before he blows up the office, he has sort of
the detonator.
The detonator, and he's dying. He's,
I don't know how long I can hold this thing.
So anytime we get excited about something, we'll
start huffing.
We huffing, yeah. And I saw him. I saw that actor.
You saw Dyson.
I saw Dyson in Hell's Kitchen. He had a fedora on. He was going to a theater to be in a play,
which is oddly specific given our inside joke. So I didn't believe you initially.
Well, I was going to go up to him and say something, but I was like, some weird dude's going to come up to you on the street and go, "Hey, remember this?"
Do you remember when you were breathing in that movie?
And I'd go to jail.
That was awesome.
All right, question 2, please.
All right, question 2. What decade was Psycho released in?
Locked in.
Same.
I'm also locked in.
I'm going to go 1960s.
I also said the 60s.
Yeah, I feel like it is 1960s, so I said 1960s.
And 1960s over here.
Oh, you guys are all right. I guess that one was a bit too easy.
It's right on the cusp, though, because it is 1960, right?
Yeah, 1960.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's a lot of trivia about Psycho's release because it broke a lot of ground, I guess.
Yeah,
you could say.
With the toilet, right?
The toilet, yeah.
That's the thing I know from it.
The first time a person took a full bowel movement on screen.
Alfred Hitchcock begging audiences for no spoilers.
Yep.
What else was unique about that release?
It was the toilet being flushed. No spoilers. People, fainting and leaving the theater.
I guess I was wrong. I thought it was on Jackass was the first bowel movement on TV. But
that's Alfred Hitchcock presents Jackass.
I am Alfred Hitchcock, and this is Jackass.
Today we're going to be eating a bird.
Go ahead, Rick.
All right, question number 3. Who voiced the character Zazu in the original Lion King movie?
Locked in.
I would say there's 2 possible acceptable answers for this.
I would not say that, but that's okay.
All right, I'm locked in.
Did you say the original, or you said the
original?
The original.
The original.
Who does the new one? Because you're not
John Oliver.
John Oliver. Oh, man, I don't know this one.
I know a film thing.
So I'm gonna lock
very
in.
proud of myself.
Are you in, Neal?
I'm actually surprised
so
Neal's not in.
Neal's last.
Because he's
well,
so
to be
good
fair,
at
my
these.
answer is wrong.
So. Right, but even still.
Yeah, I'm not too sure who the original one was, actually. Because I hadn't seen the cartoon for many, many years, and I saw the remake. But, I don't know. I'm just going to kind of go on my gut and find another British comedian, and I'm going to say John Cleese.
Okay, so it might be hard to tell his voice acting talents because his most famous role, he's notably silent. This is Rowan Atkinson.
I thought if John Oliver is the current one, maybe Jon Stewart was the previous one. I said Jon Stewart.
And I knew this was Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson.
All right, that's correct.
He has like a master's in engineering or something. He's an exceptionally bright guy.
Yeah.
But also very funny.
plays a dunce, but is quite bright. Yeah.
All right. Question 4. In The Matrix, what was the name of Morpheus's ship?
Locked
Oh,
in.
man.
And spelling does count.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. It's so impossible to get that.
Actually, I think
done.
I do know how to spell it.
I could take a stab that's 2 or 3 letters off. So
You're all locked in?
yeah.
No.
Okay.
But sure.
You could take your time.
It's not going to come to me. It's been a while since I've seen that. So
Mr. Anderson.
So 20th anniversary. It's going to be in theaters.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They're
re-releasing it in theaters. I'm not going to see it in theaters. I believe it's the Nebuchadnezzar, so that's what I'm locking in with.
Yep, I went with the Nebuchadnezzar.
I said the SS Red Pill.
I said the Nebuchadnezzar.
All right, so 3 of you will be getting points.
Dang. Me? No.
All right. What classic thriller stars Roy Scheider as the police chief Martin Brody?
Locked in.
Classic thriller, you said?
Yes.
Martin Brodeur. Is this a sports question?
Yeah, that was the French version. He was a hockey player.
All right, I'm locked in, though I don't know this one.
Let me comb my brain for a classic thriller really quick. Okay, I don't care. I'm locked in.
Well, I'm the last one, right?
Yeah.
Well, Neal said there might be a Brodeur thing there, so I went maybe a French Connection. So I said the French Connection.
Oh. I said Reindeer Games.
A classic.
A classic.
Well, I picked the movie Heat because that movie's got a great cast.
That's a good impression. Well, my plan to get in Jeff's head worked because it's not the French Connection. That would be with Gene Hackman, but it is from Jaws.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Neal's the only one getting points.
Brody.
Yeah, I was like, I know that name for some reason, but that's why.
Of course.
I was going to give the year, but I don't know. I felt like that might have
1975?
gave it away.
Yeah, I would have probably had it then.
1975. That's right.
Yeah, all right.
So after the first round, I have 40. Neal has 40. Jeff?
30, surprisingly.
20.
All right, moving on to Jeff's category, though. Geography and science.
If I do worse on this, it will be very embarrassing.
All right, round 2, geography and science. The Petronas Twin Towers, the tallest in the world, are located in what city?
Locked in.
This is always a bummer for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm locked in.
Okay. Shoot. I'm giving up.
I'm
so
locked
soon? In.
You're tapping?
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Wait, that's not a city. I'm stupid.
What did you write?
Australia.
That's really
it's
funny.
a lot of things.
That's not Mumbai, is it? I'm going to lock in with Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think it's in Malaysia. I can't remember the city.
Yeah, I said Tokyo because I know it's in the area.
Very definitely in Malaysia. It's in Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, right.
All right.
So
Jeff's
close.
the only one getting points.
After immediately giving up, you were the closest.
I knew it was in Malaysia.
But you were never going to get that
I was never
name.
going to get the city.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say the country first and
Shucks.
The city as a bonus, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's how that went.
Well, nuts to you, Ken.
Just didn't cut your way.
It's all right.
All right, question 2 in second round. What is the 3rd largest city in North America?
By population?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm locked in.
In North America, okay. I'm locked in too.
I have an angle.
I'll lock in.
I wasn't sure. I'm pretty sure it's not an American city, so I locked in with Mexico City.
Okay, so I think, so if we're talking about the United States of America, it goes New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, but I think Mexico City is numero uno on that list, so that bumps Los Angeles to 3rd.
Yeah, I used the exact same logic and I guessed LA, not being sure.
That sounds incorrect for me, so I just put Houston.
Okay, so Ken and Jeff will be getting points because they're correct. And just as a fun fact, Toronto has surpassed Chicago as the 4th largest city in North America.
Oh, okay. So
Nice.
our reasoning was a little off, but still the correct answer.
I wonder if it's
Cool.
me moving to LA that moved Chicago down that spot.
Right.
The one person, yeah.
I think that was what pushed it over the edge.
All right. Question
All
number
right.
3 for Jeff.
Question 3 will be, what is the term for the speed that a rocket needs to be traveling to break free of Earth's gravity?
I'm locked in.
Same.
Same.
I'll just say Mach 1.
This is a great early computer game, Escape Velocity.
Oh, I said terminal velocity.
I also said escape velocity.
And yeah, escape velocity is correct.
So terminal velocity, what you're thinking of is the speed at which an object will stop accelerating while falling because its drag equals out with the gravitational force.
Velocity something.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you're in the right area.
What is a Charlie Sheen movie from 1994?
Terminal velocity?
Yeah.
That's where I know it from.
Is that it?
I was just binging all the Charlie Sheen movies last week. So.
All right. Question number 4. On the Apollo 11 moon mission, which astronaut stayed aboard while the other 2 walked the moon?
Locked in.
Man, I hate the moon.
Do you guys not know this one still?
No, I've gotten this
For all
wrong
these
like
years,
6
this is on the
times.
first episode.
Yeah.
Would it help if I gave you the 2 who did walk on the moon?
I know those guys. One of them punched out a guy, right? Because he said he didn't walk on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin.
I was going to say, was that the milk toast Neil Armstrong? The most stable, boring man in the world.
He's a national hero.
I can't remember this name either.
Yeah, so I'm going to lock in with Tom Hanks.
Apollo 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's not Jim Lovell. It's I was gonna say Kevin Bacon then to go along with Matt.
Come on. All right, Ken. Call the shot.
Michael Collins.
Michael Collins is what I've got.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys are right. Michael Collins.
I had to think of a better way to remember that. Originally, I was going to say it reminded me of Tom Collins, like the drink, but it did not.
That doesn't help you, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't stick.
I think I should just learn all of these because there's only 12 that have ever walked on the moon. It shouldn't be that hard, and I only know like 4 offhand.
All right, Rick. Last question for Jeff.
All right, last question. In 1885, Louis Pasteur developed a vaccine for what viral disease?
I believe I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. It can only be one, a few different things. So.
Okay, I'm locked.
I guess I'm locked in.
Are you getting them all wrong in this round too, Neal?
Yes, for sure.
This is definitely our weak point.
All right. Yeah, the one that comes to mind, and I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but I went with it anyways, is polio.
I said smallpox.
Oh, that's good. I was going to say polio, but I just went with the flu.
I said smallpox.
Wow, zeros all the way around.
Oh.
It's rabies.
Oh, man.
Did you know
as many as 3 people are affected by rabies every year?
False. It's 4 people.
Right.
He's also credited for creating the vaccine for cholera and anthrax as well.
Well, he's a helpful dude.
Good for him. That round did not go well for me.
Yep. I got 30 more points, so that brings me to 70.
Yep, I got 0, so I'm at 40 still.
Mm-hmm. I also got 0, and I'm at 20.
I added 40, and I'm tied with Ken for 70.
Wow.
All right, entering the swing round.
All right. So I tried to come up with a fun swing round, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. It is epic movie villain deaths. So I will tell you the name of the movie and the villain, and you can describe as best you can. With detail would be appreciated and funny on how they met their demise.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, number 1, Lion King, original Lion King, Scar. Number 2, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and the villain is Donovan. Number 3, X-Men First Class, villain Sebastian Shaw. Number 4, Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett. Number 5, Lethal Weapon 2, villain Aryan Rudd. Number 6, Inglourious Bastards, Hitler. Number 7, Commando, villain Bennett.
You mean Freddie Mercury?
Number 8, Carrie, villain is not actually Carrie, it's Carrie's mom. Number 9, Never Ending Story, villain The Nothing. And number 10, can't have a epic movie villain death without Sean Bean in GoldenEye, villain name 006, Alec Trevelyan.
Everyone knows therapy is great for solving problems, but getting therapy has its own problems too, like finding the right therapist, fitting into their schedule, and of course, the cost. Well, BetterHelp can solve those problems. It's totally online and built around your schedule. It's surprisingly affordable too, Connect with a credentialed therapist by phone, video, or online chat, all from the comfort of your home. Visit BetterHelp.com to learn more and save 10% on your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
One particular argument, he ended up dislocating Ava's jaw. Ava, she was such a tough cookie. Rather than cry or scream or anything like that,
Or call the police.
Or call the police, like she should have, exactly. What does she do? She takes an ashtray and she knocks him over the head and knocks him unconscious. That's how she fought back. She didn't know what to do, so she called Louis B. Mayer. I think I've killed Howard Hughes. What do I do?
Revisit a time when the pictures were still big and everyone was ready for their close-up. When you want Tyrone Power instead of Tom Hardy, Jennifer Jones instead of Jennifer Lawrence, or Robert Mitchum rather than Robert Pattinson, then From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
While we're thinking about these, come join us over on The Crop to listen to different insights into each episode, a couple announcements there every once in a while, and then you can find out any new news or exciting things going on with the podcast. So it's on Facebook, so if you're not there joining us already, just go to Facebook, type in The Crop, and you'll see it. And for this episode, you can join in on the comments and make fun of us or add some interesting tidbits of your own.
So Jeff's got a pained look on his face, but the rest of us are all locked in. So let's get started.
Yeah, it's just mostly because I haven't seen about half the films.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to go about
makes
50.
it a little tough.
I'm going to go about 50% here.
I know I've got 2, if that counts for
That's
anything.
Number 1, Lion King villain Scar.
I had that he was ripped to shreds by his comrade hyenas after he gets beaten in a fight by Simba. Humiliatingly.
I said, a bunch of hyenas had their way with him, and they ate him. Well, first had their way with him, and then they ate him.
Yeah, it's not the fall that kills you. It's the hyenas.
I mean, we only see the shadows, right?
I guess that's true.
Yeah, they all jump on him, and he's saying no.
I saw a scene from Hercules the other day, though, and he's wearing what appears to be Scar as headwear.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like for real or not.
That's canon, yeah.
Yeah,
But
so I think we all said hyenas going ham on Scar.
All right. That's correct.
All
Points
right.
all around.
Points all around. Nice.
Number 2, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Donovan is the villain.
Yeah, this one I've seen once, and it was a long time ago. I just said he went into a plane propeller.
Ooh. You can go ahead.
I thought that this was the face melting when he... I forget what it is, but he
was listening to heavy metal.
Yeah. He looks at it's some kind of object, religious object, right? And his face melts. I don't know.
Not to the Last Crusade.
Okay, well that was what I put.
I was thinking of Lost Ark, so I went Vipers in a snake pit.
He chose poorly.
Yeah,
He drank out of the wrong Holy Grail, and he disintegrated.
When he was talking about the face melting, then it came to me.
Yes, correct answer is instant shriveling death.
Dang.
So Neal gets the points.
It looks like I chose poorly.
I actually have a bonus question here for this one for 2 points. What is Indiana Jones's first name?
Oh God,
I'm locked in.
Why don't I remember this?
I just went over this because Indiana's the dog's name, right? Isn't that what it is?
Something like that, yeah.
The dog's named Indiana.
Yeah. That's what I know, but I don't know.
I'm gonna say Clarence.
I'm gonna say Harrison.
Should I go Ford on that one then?
Yeah.
Oh, you said Ford? No, he's Henry Jones Jr.
Oh, Hank.
Yeah, that's the only clue, really. I don't even think they ever say his name, but because he's junior, and you know that his father's Henry, that's the only way you know.
All right, take your 2 bonus points.
2 bonus points.
Take your 2 points. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end, he's holding him, and he keeps saying, he goes junior, and then he doesn't listen, and then he says Indiana, and then he looks up and he grabs him, and they save each other.
Oh,
How
touching.
All right, number 3.
All right, number 3 is X-Men First Class, Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Magneto very slowly and adeptly forces a coin through Kevin Bacon's skull.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite moment. Actually, that's one of the best X-Men movies, period. But yeah, that's a great scene. He puts the coin right through Kevin Bacon's head.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was the one where Nightcrawler grabs the guy and transports out of the plane and drops him or whatever and goes back in. But I remembered it's the coin.
I've not seen First Class, so I said he got Cyclops lasered to death.
That'd be cool, too.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty great villain death. And that's the coin that he held from his original time in Poland when they're in the concentration camps. He held it all those years.
Right. Just to put it through his skull.
Yeah.
Revenge.
All right, number 4.
All right, number 4, Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, somebody messes with his jetpack, I think, and he flies into the Sarlacc pit, and then mystery. We don't know.
Yeah, I believe Lando hits his jetpack when he shoots him or something, and then he flies directly into the Sarlacc pit. One of the coolest characters, really does nothing and then just dies.
How did I forget about the Sarlacc pit? I said he was shot, so...
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Matt and Ken. His jetpack kind of thrusts him into the Sarlacc pit, and in my opinion, one of the worst characters met his fate, so he died. Useless character, I should say.
Wow. Yeah, that's correct. It was kind of voted there as one of the biggest letdowns of a villain who was supposed to be so good, and Han Solo actually accidentally knocks into his jetpack, causing him to fall into the Sarlacc pit.
I just wish they gave Boba Fett more to do. He looks really cool, but he's a terrible bounty hunter.
Yeah.
All right, number 5, Lethal Weapon 2, Arian Rudd.
Yeah, I've seen this one, and I watched it with Neal at one point. I couldn't remember. I said he got rocket launched.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, so I thought it was the part of the movie where he paints his face and charges at the other guys, and that, I don't know, Braveheart +0 for me.
Yeah, I gotcha. Are you thinking of that scene in The Rock with the rocket launcher?
No, I know The Rock.
Oh, a different rocket launcher.
What's that Elton John song? Yeah, Rocket Man.
Yeah. I haven't seen Lethal Weapon 2, so I said that he was gratuitously shot in the groin.
It's one of my favorite moments. I love Lethal Weapon 2. It might be my favorite one. He's the whole movie, as Rick said, if it's still in the edit, that the bad guy Arian has been saying, I have diplomatic immunity. So at the end, he screams to Danny Glover, I have diplomatic immunity. And Danny Glover shoots him in the head, and he says, it's been revoked.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
So I should have just gone shot, and I would have gotten points?
Yeah, possible. As long as you said it's been revoked.
Yeah, that's the big part.
All right, number 6, Inglourious Bastards, Hitler.
All right, I'll get this one started. So
it is one of your favorite Tarantino movies.
He's shot, overkilled by shooting him in the head, then burned, and then exploded with dynamite.
Mm-hmm. It was in the movie theater, right? He gets shot. All the stuff that Ken said.
Yeah, I said overkill, killed in the movie theater.
Yeah, not killed enough, but exactly what Ken said.
Yes, that's all good answers. As I have written here, his face disintegrated by machine gun fire.
That's what did it.
Yeah.
That was probably the kill shot.
He's probably dead at that point. Time of death.
When his head exploded, yeah.
All right, number 7, Commando. Villain, Bennett.
I've seen the movie. It's great, but I could not remember. Driving him, through the torso into a tree was in my head, but I think maybe he got dropped off a cliff. So dropped off a cliff is my answer.
Yeah, that's the earlier part in the movie where he drops the little slimy weasel guy.
Yeah, the guy from the Warriors, yeah.
Yeah, this was when they're in some kind of industrial place, and he shoots, there's like a steam pipe that shoots through him, and he says, hey, Bennett, let off some steam. It's very good.
So he does get impaled through the torso?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
With a pipe.
I said he's holding a grenade. He's forced to hold a grenade till he can't hold it anymore.
Yeah, and as Bennett, I call him Chainmail Freddie Mercury because he looks like Freddie Mercury in the movie. You might know him from the Mad Max movies, but he gets impaled with a pipe and steam comes out.
It's so good.
And he's dead, yeah.
All right, number 8, Carrie. The villain is Carrie's mom.
This is a big oversight on my part that I haven't seen Carrie, but I think Carrie was telekinetic, so let's say she used her telekinesis to pin her ma to a wall with a car.
Oh, very specific. I don't know this one. I've seen parts of Carrie, so I put that her mom dies of embarrassment when she sees what she wears to prom.
I haven't seen Carrie either, but I figured there had to be a classic stabbing on this list, so I said stabbing.
She uses her telekinetic powers to kill her mom. I always mix up the book and the movie. The book, I think she stops her heart, but with her telekinetic powers. But I can't remember exactly how she dies. I know it's with telekinetic, though.
All right, so I have here impaled by numerous sharp utensils in the kitchen.
That's right.
No points.
Would you call that a stabbing by chance?
I would not.
Yeah, she uses her powers. I just couldn't remember how she killed her.
So no points there. All right, number 9, one of my favorite movies, The Never-Ending Story, and the villain is The Nothing.
All right, I watched this movie months ago for the first time, and I was bored by it. I'm sorry. But I think the boy wishes it out of existence or hopes and believes so much that the nothing doesn't, the nothing is dissipated. Something like that.
Oh, I put that big dog eats him because that's all I know about the movie.
Falcor?
Yeah.
I said that the nothing ran into something and they,
Canceled.
offset each other and disappeared.
Matrix, Neo, Agent Smith
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be specific enough. It's something like in his heart, he, I don't know, like believes, like kind of like what Ken's saying, but he like believes it or something.
The Peter Pan situation.
Yeah, Peter Pan type thing.
I guess it's a little bit anticlimactic now, but basically the kid has to give the Empress a new name.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Now when you say it.
This sounds like an interesting movie.
What's the new name? Do you know?
It doesn't. It never shows.
Oh, they never show.
Sally.
He's yelling. Yeah. Use your mind to choose something funny, but he basically yells it in the wind and all that's going on, so you actually don't hear it. But
so there's people make a huge deal about the horse dying in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like waiting to get attached to this horse only to watch it die when I'm watching it for the first time. The horse is in the movie for like less than 2 minutes before it dies.
Yeah.
I'm like, who cares?
You didn't care about the horse?
I mean, I don't want to see a horse die, but
I think
you don't even get attached to this horse.
Yeah.
Probably as a kid though, since it was a cute animal. That's probably why it was heartbreaking.
The horse had a kid?
Horse has less than a minute and a half of screen time.
It's no Secretariat.
No.
That horse
well, they edited down the hour it took for him to drown in the mud.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, let's finish this off with number 10.
Number 10, GoldenEye, 006, also known as Sean Bean.
All right, Trevelyan falls from, I guess it's a satellite, and then is crushed by said satellite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know this from the Nintendo 64 game, and that's my only frame of reference. But yeah, if you're not bad at the game, you shoot him off the satellite and he falls and dies.
I believe it's a telescope, technically, a radio telescope, Arecibo. But yes, he falls to his death, and then the structure collapses upon him.
Yeah, I just said death by satellite.
Number 10 is, yes, he is crushed by a radar dish.
Okay, so we all got that one, I believe.
Plus 30 for me. I'm up to 50.
Yeah, I took 25 points from that one, so I'm at 95.
I picked up 42 with those 2 bonus points from Indiana Jones Last Crusade, and I'm at 82.
It's impressive. I only added another 15, but I'm at 85, so feeling okay.
I'm getting crushed.
It's now maybe my time to shine. We'll see what kind of questions these are. Let's get started.
Okay, question 1. Which South American country is the world's largest producer of coffee?
I'm going to lock in.
I'm just taking a
Yeah.
I feel like
this
know.
round's going to be a disaster for me.
For everybody, hopefully.
I'm locked in.
You know this one?
No.
He works in the coffee biz, so. All right, I'm gonna lock in.
I'll go first. I think the easy route, and I could be way off, but I think you want to go Colombia because everything's always Colombian coffee. But I believe the highest producer of coffee is actually Brazil.
I said Colombia.
I was torn between Guatemala and Colombia. I know Guatemala's like #1 export is coffee, but I actually just locked in with Colombia. I know it seems easy, but that's what I locked in with.
Yeah, I had the same debate as Neal, and I thought a lot more land area. I figured maybe it's Brazil, so I said Brazil.
And Brazil is correct.
Dang.
Colombia is actually the 3rd largest producer behind Vietnam. It's number 2.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, number 2. Pho or pho is a popular soup from which country?
All right, I'm locked on that one.
I think I know.
I'm going to lock in.
Dang, that's just me. I originally wrote down South Korea, and I don't know if that's right. And then I wrote Thailand, but I don't know if I've ever had it in a Thai restaurant. So then I got stuck, and I'm going to say South Korea.
All right, I think maybe some of these guys might have got spooked a little bit because you just mentioned Vietnam, but I'm pretty sure pho is from Vietnam.
Darn, I should have went Vietnam. I thought so too. I went Philippines.
I was definitely scared off, having just thought, oh, we were just talking about Vietnam. So I said Thailand.
Yes, it is Vietnam. And I don't know if I did that on purpose or not to spook you guys, but it is Vietnam.
All right.
All right. Question number 3. What popular soda beverage was originally developed as a mixer for whiskey?
I'm going to lock in with something.
I feel like we've heard this before. I just didn't stash it away.
I'm just really bad at this category generally.
Yeah, I have an angle on my answer, but
so far, I think he just thinks I'm a food and drink man myself.
You do have a established palate, so
yeah. Well, and whiskey is something you're very familiar with, obviously.
I did do a whiskey tour recently. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Jeffrey.
I'm just gonna. I feel like this should be a cola, maybe. So I'm just gonna guess RC.
Possible. I went the other way and said like 7-Up.
Yeah, I went sort of that route. My grandpa used to work for Canada Dry, so I went ginger ale.
My thinking was the Jack Daniel's is famous number 7. We talked about that, and I thought maybe 7-Up was originally served to be mixed with it, so I said 7-Up.
No points this time. It is not what you think. It's Mountain Dew.
Oh, yuck.
Weird.
Ooh.
I've actually heard that
Very
before.
weird.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Can you get that next time we're at a bar?
Mountain Dew and whiskey, please.
Just see what it's like.
Ugh. No,
and then when
thanks.
they like give you a look, be like, actually,
It was developed for that
No,
reason.
they give you a look and then you snap and then Jeff shows up and he goes, actually.
No points there, so let's try this one. Question number 4. There are 3 terms for a group of kangaroos. Name one of them.
Oh, this is one of those ones that I've looked up to, and I don't remember.
Yeah, they have those lists of all the different animals, like murder of crows and the counting of crows and the black crows.
Yes.
And I'm in, but not confidently.
I think I have a guess that might be right. I was very lucky to be able to be at the Melbourne Zoo where they had the no caged in area. I don't know if you stopped there too, but you could just pet kangaroos and they let you feed them and stuff.
I was not going to try that. Kangaroos are vicious monsters. They're cute looking, but they can be very feisty, which, fair enough.
But we've all heard of a kangaroo court, but what about a court of kangaroos?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I figured since a baby kangaroo is a joey, I thought a group of them might be a group of friends.
Oh, that's adorable. I thought about that angle, but I didn't get that far. I said maybe like whales, they're pods. So I said pods.
I don't know which animal group this is, but I kind of remember hearing that there's a gang of kangaroos, so I went with gang.
That sounds terrifying.
I feel like it's like just roving gangs wearing bandanas.
So Ken is the only one getting points. Court is one of them, as is mob and troop.
Mob wasn't far off then for gang.
Wow, mob. They all have like thick mobster accents. Hey, you don't touch my Joey here, you see?
Forget about it.
They're all bad.
It's like James Cagney kangaroos.
Well, I'm glad I'm back on the board. Let's finish this off with number 5.
All right, number 5. Which group had the first number 1 song in the U.S. to contain rapping or rap lyrics? Hint, she is not an airhead.
Okay. Well, I haven't gotten a question right since question 2, and I'm really excited that I probably know this one.
I think I know this one too, so I'm locked in.
So, the first song to contain rapping and hint she's not an airhead?
That's a good hint.
That's tough. She's not an airhead. That's really...
Throwing you off.
Well, yeah, because are you locked in, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm in now.
So she's not an airhead. For some reason, I go right to Liv Tyler, and then I'm like, oh, Steven Tyler and Run DMC, but there was rap before then. Or did you say first number 1 hit?
Yes. Which group had the first number 1 song in the U.S. to contain rapping?
I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm just going to go Salt and Pepper.
Well, you talked it all the way out, and then you went a totally different direction, but I did go with Aerosmith with their Run DMC collaboration.
I guess there's a stereotype of dumb blondes, so I said Blondie.
Yeah, she had that hit where she doesn't rap very well. She goes to Mars and eats some cars or whatever it is, but it said Blondie.
Yeah, Matt's got it right on. Even partial lyrics as well.
It's really bad.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I forget. I mean, if you heard the song, you would know it, but it has like a rap interlude in the middle of it, and it was the first one.
The song is a Rapture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with a Rapture.
And even though
that's funny. The name has rap in it.
There you go.
Even though they have a female lead singer, Blondie is a whole group, right?
Yeah. Yes. All right, I picked up 10 points, so I'm up to 92.
20 for me on that round, so I'm at 115.
10 for me. I'm up to 60.
I added another 20 as well, bringing my score to 105.
Yikes.
All right.
You have a good chance at
round
it.
now.
It is your round.
I'm just going to put Matt down for 5 for 5 right now.
God.
No pressure.
Yikes.
All right. Round 4, sports. The Memphis Grizzlies formerly played in what city?
Locked in.
Ugh.
One of my favorite jerseys was the original one of these.
I'm in with a guess.
Me too.
So here's my reasoning. I think I want to talk it out. I think I can get it. The Supersonics, I believe, went to OKC, even though that was a cool jersey. I had the Peyton jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Memphis Grizzlies are the original Charlotte Hornets, where Grandma Johnson was from, and then they went to Memphis. Grandmama. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Charlotte Hornets.
I just said St. Louis, whatever.
I figured grizzly bears like to hang out in the woods. There's a lot of woods where the timbers are, so I said Portland.
Oh, you were so close. You had to go more north. This is another Canadian team because when Toronto came in, they also came in with the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah, Matt is right. It is the Vancouver Grizzlies.
All right. So Matt, back on the scoreboard.
That's 1 out of 5, Matt.
Round. Yeah.
Let's see what you can do.
Here we go.
Matt, do you remember the Big Country?
Brian
that
Reeves?
horrible haircut?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that team, Damon Stoudemire, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, like, big fan.
Cool. All right. Question 2. The 71-year Billy Goat curse on the Chicago Cubs was lifted in 2016. What was the name of the goat?
I don't know if I remember this one.
Yeah, this is a good question. I'm sure a lot of people don't know this, even Cubs fans.
All right, I've got a joke answer locked in.
Yeah, okay, I'm locked.
Okay, I have an answer.
I've seen him on shirts, and he's named
William Goat.
Yeah, I mean, I can only think of the Billy Goat Tavern now, and that's all I can think of. So I just said Billy.
I said Steve the Goat.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just put Frank.
I figured Chicago already had enough flack, so I said Mrs. O'Leary's goat.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. It's Murphy.
Murphy's is also
Murphy's. Yeah, right by the stadium.
Murphy's Bleachers.
But you were right about the Billy Goat Tavern was the spot.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
All right. Question 3. The Miami Dolphins were the only team to go undefeated an entire season, including the Super Bowl. What year was that?
I think I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm within a year or two.
I figured.
Cool. I'm locked in.
All right. I said 84.
Oh, I went 1 year before. I went 83.
I was thinking about just putting Dan Marino, but I just said 82.
This was one of the 70s teams with Larry Zonka, I believe. I think it's 19. I was between 71 and 72, and I said 1972.
Yes, Matt. Sorry, guys. I was rooting for you. It is 72.
Yeah.
Larry Zonka.
So some of those guys, they still get together and they celebrate.
That was what I was trying to remember.
Whenever the last team loses, whenever the last undefeated team loses, they celebrate whoever's left living, I guess.
Right.
Because they didn't want anybody to break the record.
Because even the Patriots had a more win record, but they didn't have a better percentile win record.
Well, they didn't win that year. They went undefeated in the regular season. They didn't win the Super Bowl.
Right. So they had more wins, but
And Marino wasn't on that team, right?
No.
Okay.
Marino was drafted in 83.
Okay. Well, thankfully Ace Ventura saved him so that we can still see him on TV.
True.
All right. Question 4. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world with 4 billion fans. What is the second most popular?
Locked in. This is based on geography knowledge, I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in 2.
I am too.
Yeah. I'm going to say the second most popular is golf.
Oh. I'll just say I was just thinking about different countries and the fact that, like, even though the NFL is super popular here, not too many other places play it, but there are a lot of countries that play basketball, especially in Europe. So I said basketball.
I was basing it on the populations of South America and Asia, where the sport is very popular, and said baseball.
I thought about baseball has a huge presence in the U.S. and in Japan for sure, but I figured India's got 1.3 billion people,
cricket.
So I said cricket.
That's correct. It's cricket.
That was my other.
Sorry, Bryden Coverdale. Once again, we failed you, except for Jeff.
All right. Question number 5. According to NBA rules, how long does a player have after catching the ball to shoot a free throw?
Oh, I didn't know there was a...
Yeah.
Huh.
This is the Shaq rule. No. Karl Malone used to notoriously take a very long time.
He wasn't priority, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, I'm locked.
I'm locked.
Next day. I have a guess.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Are you locked in?
I'm locked in.
I'm going to say 15 seconds.
I'm going to say 10 seconds.
I said 12 seconds.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 seconds, so I said 10 seconds.
It is 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, because Karl Malone would grab it, and then he would like spin it in one hand, bounce it twice, spin it in the other hand, bounce it again. And there was a lot of times where people were, I think you're supposed to get a technical if you go over the 10 seconds or something like that, or there's a turnover, whatever. But
well, you found my weakness here. 0 points in that round, so I stay at 115.
I did a little better. I didn't get shut out. I got 10 more. I'm at 115.
I also got 10 more, and I'm at 102.
I added 30, and I'm up to 90.
Anybody's game.
So I guess they wouldn't allow Jackie Moon's process of free throws.
Probably not so much.
Jackie Moon, what's that process?
Forgot about
Semi-pro.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yes, right.
That's an underrated movie.
Yeah.
I kind of remember that one. Before we go into the final round, Rick is a Patreon supporter, which we appreciate. And like Rick, if you guys go to patreon.com/Triviality Podcast, you can get a lot of great perks, including seeing videos of us completing different wagers. We did a pie in the face, as I said before. And
embarrassing ourselves, basically.
Embarrassing ourselves,
it's
right?
Pretty great.
Voted on by the Patreon members themselves.
All for them.
But Jeff, what else can people get, and what can they do to find us?
It's pretty easy. Aside from the link being in the show notes, you can go to patreon.com/Triviality Podcast. That's where we have all of our bonus episodes, all of the other bonus content that we put there, and all of the different tiers. You can check out which one you might want to support us at and find out what great perks are there for you.
There's over 20 episodes that you haven't heard yet. Ready to go.
Lots of fun content. Unfiltered.
Money, please.
Uncensored. Yeah.
Uncensored. The raw uncut.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started in this final round. What are our categories?
All right. So typically you guys always have difficulty deciphering the categories. So mine are very simple. Categories are sports, hodgepodge, science, and movies.
All right.
Okay, all the bets are locked in. So let's get the questions and find out how this all shakes out.
Question number 1, sports. Who was the 2019 NBA Rookie of the Year? Question 2, hodgepodge. Within 15 million, what is the population of Japan?
See, there's a Ken question.
It's like the Ken question, right? It's just about Japan.
Yeah.
All right, science. What in the human body is the hallux? Question 4, movies. What movie starts with the line, "As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster"?
All right, we're going to think about these, and we will be back with our answers. Okay, after a little deliberation, all the answers are in, so let's go ahead and reread the questions, and we can give our answers, see who will be the cream of the crop today.
All right, question 1, sports. Who was the 2019 NBA Rookie of the Year?
I said with a 0 wager, Steve Urkel.
I wagered 0. I didn't know. I just put Damian Lillard.
Oh, not quite a rookie.
Yeah.
I also wagered 0. I put Kawhi Leonard because I couldn't remember who it was.
He's also not a rookie.
Nope.
I wagered 30, and I believe his name is Luka. Doncic.
That's right. Luka Doncic. 30 points.
Nothing lost for me. I don't feel too bad about that.
All right. Question 2. In Hodgepodge, within 15 million, what is the population of Japan?
Yeah, based on my performance in the earlier Hodgepodge round, I only bet 20 on this one. But I said 135 million. I think that's within range, but I'm not positive.
I wagered 5. I think I'm way off. I went 64 million.
I wagered 15 on this one, and I also think it's about 135 million. So
I wagered 10, and I went a little higher, and I said 175 million.
So Ken and Jeff are getting points. It is 126 million.
Nice.
Dang.
I thought it was in the 120s for sure. But I wanted to give myself a little more range. I knew it wasn't lower than that, so.
No, I knew it wasn't higher than 150, so I was just like I backed off a little bit.
All right. Question 3 in science. Which part of the human body is called the hallux?
I went pretty light on my bet here with 10, and I said the nose bone.
I wagered 0, and I had no idea, so I said the little tonsil ball in your throat.
I wagered 0, and I think of this as the one bone that is Quentin Tarantino's favorite, and I said it's the big toe.
Are you thinking of the hanging little ball, Matt?
No, I'm not thinking about anything because I bet 0.
Okay. I made a tiny, huge mistake wagering 30, and I said it's in the brain.
Great pull, Neal. It's the big toe.
Wow.
Even though you didn't get points?
That's impressive. Did you know that, or is that a guess?
No, I knew that it was the big toe. I just...
Because he hates feet, so he needs to know his enemy.
Exactly.
All right. Final question. Looks like it's going to be close here. What movie, question 4 categories, movies, what movie starts with the line, as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster?
All right. So for this one, I wagered 30. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive. I can hear either Ray Liotta saying it or Robert De Niro saying it, but I'm pretty sure it's Ray Liotta, so I said Goodfellas.
I wagered 20, and I also thought it was Goodfellas.
Yep, I wagered 15, and I thought maybe he was trying to quit smoking using Chantix, and I said Goodfellas.
And I wagered 30, and it is Goodfellas.
That's correct. Finished the game on a positive note.
All right.
So I added 30 and then took 30 away on my lack of science knowledge, so I stayed right at 115.
I gained 25, and I'll be at 127.
I gained 40, just not enough, and I ended up at 130.
And I bet a big 30 on movies and a big 20 on Hodgepodge, minus 10 on science, but plus 40 altogether. With 155, I am the cream of the crop today.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
Has anyone ever done that before, where you said, "I am the cream of the crop"?
That's actually. I think that's what Tony Stark was going to say at the end of Endgame originally.
Spoilers.
He's right. Though. He would be.
Yeah, he was the cream of the crop of the Avengers. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was.
I would say so.
All right,
great game, Rick.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun. I like
Thanks,
competing
guys.
one-on-one against you guys.
Yeah.
Everyone always says the same thing, where you're not sure if they're too hard, too easy. I wanted it to be a close game, and I'm happy that the final scores are all pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it turned out well.
And as expected, I did not do well in my category nor sports, but I excelled in Jeff and Neal's sections. So,
as expected.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a lot of fun. A lot of questions we didn't know, but things that we learned, which is always good. I think that's one of my favorite things about the show is learning something that I didn't know, and a lot of stuff we did know. So it was a good mix.
I like to learn things that when I get asked again, I won't remember, and then I get it wrong again. That's my favorite part of trivia.
But thanks again for Rick for joining us and for being a Triviality Superstar on Patreon. Please feel free to join him if you're so inclined.
I feel like Ken's today's Triviality Superstar.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much.
Yeah, he's smelling his armpits right now.
What's that about? Oh,
Superstar.
All right. Well, with that reference for Neal, Jeff, Matt, and myself, that was Triviality.
That is the best description of a character I've ever heard. Chainmail Freddie Mercury. How did I not see that before?
Oh, every time you watch it, that's all you're going to think of. And every time he yells, you just got to think of Dale.